So guys, I'll be making this trendy bubu gown style. I'm using my African print. I'm using 2 yards of this fabric. So what I'll do now is to fold this into two first. I have folded it into two, then I'll still go ahead to fold again on this side. I'm making it into four. Alright, so the reason why I folded into four is because I don't want this gown to have joining on the shoulder. So this is the shoulder length. Then since I'm using 2 yards of the fabric, I'm using 36 inches as my length. So as I folded like this, then this is the length of this outfit. It will be 36 inches. So if you want yours longer while cutting, make the yardage you're cutting out to be longer than 36 inches for one, so that you can make yours longer. Or if you want yours shorter, you can make the length of the yardage you're cutting to be shorter than 36 inches. So now guys, this is the shoulder line. As you can see, it's going to be like this. So there is no joining, there won't be any joining when I am done cutting. So what I'll do next now is, since this is on fold, I need to get my neck measurement. I'm going to use 3 inches width and 1.5 inch. This is the back measurement. I'll just use this back measurement to cut the two that is the front and the back first, before opening it later to cut the front neck. So this is the shoulder line. Now this on the shoulder line is going to be where the sleeve is going to be. So now it's not left for you to check how long or how small you want the sleeves to be. So what I'm going to do now is, from here, from this center, this is the center of this cloth. From this center, I'll get my shoulder measurement. I'm using 8 inches for my shoulder measurement. You mark your 8 inches. Now after marking your 8 inches, now from here, now you now decide how long you want your sleeve to actually be. So you can decide to use 11, you can decide to use 10, you can decide to use 12. Depends on how long you want yours to be. So now for mine, I want to use 12, though I will still use a plain fabric to pipe the mouth. I'm going to be using 12. So from this shoulder line now, I'm going to mark 12. Then now, how big you want the sleeve to be on you, you will not decide on yours by yourself. So for me now, I want my sleeve to be 13 inches round. You know, this is on fold, don't forget. So I am coming down by 13 inches. So I'm going to connect the dots like this. So I know that I am cutting this out. This is my sleeve. Now on this line of the round sleeve, you can decide to come in by 1.5 like so, or you can come in by 2 inches or 3, depends on how big or how fitted you want it to be on you. So at this point now, you can decide to measure your bodies, your bust, your hip and all that. But I really want this to be very fit, very free on me. So I'm just coming in by 1.5. I mark my 1.5. So I'll just use that these measurements and go down. So what I have here is what I'm going to be cutting out. I'll just use this measurements to mark them. Now I'll start cutting out. Okay, so what I'll do next now, as I said earlier, this neckline we only cut for the back. So we need to cut to open it, to cut out the front and how we want the front to be. So what we're going to do now is just to bring it like this, notch here, so we know the center. You know, it doesn't have any joining. So after notching, you can decide to use any part as your front. So after notching, I open it like this. still fold it back. Now that I folded it back again, now you see the notched parts are still meeting each other. So this is the center of the shoulder. Please don't forget, this is the center of the shoulder, so that when you are cutting it will be easier. So now I want to use this one as my front. What I will do now is, you can decide to come down to any length of your choice. This is your outfit. You can decide to use 11, 12. So me, I'm coming down by 12 inches. Coming down by 12. I've marked my 12 inches. So now that I've marked my 12 inches, I'm going to use ruler, this straight ruler. From this notched shoulder, I will connect it like this. So before connecting, or after connecting actually, from on this line, I'll be marking 1.5 inch. 1.5 inch. So this is what I'm going to do now. Connect that 1.5 inch to this line. So I'll cut it out like so. Now this neck part depends on what you want to do. It's not a must that all the neck will look like this. It depends on what you want to do. So I'm going to notch here, so it will be easier for me to sew what I want to sew on it. So now I'm done with cutting. I'll go over to getting what I'll be using to design the neck. So guys, these are my cutouts. These are the fabrics I want to be using as to pipe this neck. So first I measured the round of this neck. You measure the round of this neck. I measured, my own is 36, and I cut out 40 just in case if there is excesses. I will cut it off. So I cut out 40 by 5 inches width. Now I folded it and ironed this 2.5. So I'll just go over to my machine, place it like this, run stitches round, and that is it. Then this is what I also cut to use for my sleeve line. I'm going to use this to pipe my sleeve like this. Then that is it. Then we come over to the main thing. So now I have sewn this, like I said, I've sewn it like I didn't really sew here. Now I've also sewn to this point, and as you can see, there is actually excesses like I told you earlier. So what I'm going to do now is to place this like this and sew it, but I'm going to flip it this way. I will flip it this way, then run stitch on it like this, bringing this out. Let this thing come out though before you are running your stitch. Then run stitch on it like this to cover it. So now, as you can see, this is what it is looking like. I have sewn it like I told you. So now you can decide to leave this neck part like this, just iron it properly. So I want to add this to my own to make it look more finer and sweeter. So you can, any style, any design of your choice, actually you can decide to do this. Then I added interfacing to this place to make it, strong a little. So you can decide to fix it anyhow you want to fix it. This is your artwork, this is your design. You can decide to anything you want to do. There are different designs that we can get from this. So it depends on what you want to make, any style you want to cut it, like this, like anyhow. So me, I think I want to just leave mine like this way, and using it like this side. This style is fine. So I'm going to first use my pin to secure it. Then secure it again so that it won't scatter. But I'll go to my machine and run stitch on it like this, just top stitch it like this. So I have finished top stitching. You can decide to put appliques here, or you can leave this place there, but that is not what we are looking at now. So what I'll do now is just to bring my stitches together, then just sew it. You can use 1 inch or half inch just to sew. Now I want to add inner pocket to mine, and this is what I'm using as for my inner pocket. Actually, I used the pieces of the fabric remaining to do the inner pocket. I had to join it too. If you have your excess fabric, just cut it out and use it for your inner pocket. So I'll just sew it like this, come out, sew it, and that is all. Then fold the hem, then go over to my machine to overlock, then you iron properly.